It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday. It is June 25th. I'm meteorologist Abby Dyer, and you are listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. We are waking up with temperatures in the 70s this morning. It is another warm start, and you guessed it, it's going to be another hot one in the Ozarks. High temperatures in the 90s, but heat index values will really take the headlines in our area today because we are talking about another heat advisory across the Ozarks and temperatures that are just going to skyrocket. Heat advisory actually extended through 8 p.m. this evening. Of course, we had that heat advisory out yesterday too. It's dangerous heat that we are talking about now. The entire area under a heat advisory again today until 8 p.m. Use caution for any outdoor activities. And if you have to be outside, find a way to cool down. Not much of a breeze today either. A south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. You might be able to feel a breeze in the shade if you can find some today. I would advise it because it is just so hot across the Ozarks. We start talking about the extension of the heat advisories and the dangerous heat. Just make sure you're really using all of the heat safety tips here. We repeat it all the time, but sometimes you forget, you just can't leave people or pets alone in a closed car for any amount of time. Drink plenty of water in conditions like this. A reminder to wear loose-fitting and light-colored clothing. That will allow you to stay the coolest and spend time in the air conditioning and the shade if you can, because temperatures can quickly become dangerous as this heat dome is still centered securely over the Midwest. Highs today in the 90s. That's going to be the case for the rest of the week. Now, actual high temperatures land in the lower 90s, but when you factor in that relative humidity, that's where that heat index value really starts to soar well up into the triple digits, close to 110 at times. And that has has prompted some of these heat headlines to be issued from the National Weather Service. There is a complex of showers and thunderstorms on the radar today. It's well up to our northeast, and I think this is going to dive south into Illinois through the course of the morning and the midday hours. We may get some scattered rainfall today, though, as well. I think our chances likely develop late in the afternoon, but a better chance exists tonight into early Tuesday or early Wednesday. We will see conditions that are just scattered in nature. No real chances for super strong severe weather, but there will be at least a limited chance for a couple of stronger thunderstorms. I'll talk more about that in just a second. The best chance for rain, though, is going to come for late tonight into early tomorrow. Isolated strong to marginally severe storms will be possible into Wednesday morning. I do still have some uncertainty in the forecast with the extent of the severe weather here. Really, I think if we get some of those strong storms, the main risks will be hail up to the size of quarters, as well as damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour with some of the wind gusts. So certainly enough to cause some damage, but not talking about some big overblown severe weather event that's heading to the Ozarks tonight. Just remain weather aware, and you might want to check the radar first thing tomorrow or listen to the podcast before you're heading out the door on Wednesday, as we'll be tracking some scattered activity in the region. High temperature today, I'm going about 95 for the high temperature in the Springfield area, feeling more like 100 to 105. Those feels like temperatures will probably stay in the triple digits all week long. I have another chance for some showers and thunderstorms early in the day tomorrow, and then we see dry time and heat again for Thursday and Friday. An early look at the weekend shows that we may see some scattered rain chances develop again as we get closer to Saturday of this weekend. That would actually be great news because it keeps our temperature down a little bit, even though a lot of places still are not needing rainfall. Across the country, the headlines include this heat wave, but the focus of the heat wave has shifted a little bit further to the southeast, the mid-south, the Midwest. We are now the ones talking about the extreme heat heading our direction, not just situated out on the East Coast. There are severe storms in the forecast today. It's with that complex that I mentioned that will eventually land in Illinois. But a flash flood threat also exists for parts of the Midwest today with that complex of showers and thunderstorms heading it through town. We have monsoon-like conditions then happening for the Southwest and the Four Corners region. We are not going to see that moisture, but we have a lot of humidity ourselves, and we'll be able to tap into some of that moisture as we head into the rest of the afternoon. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question. The question that I left you with yesterday. According to Instacart, what is the most disliked food in America? And just so you know, a little background on this Instacart survey. This is based on the food that people order the least from Instacart. And the options that I gave you were A, anchovies, B, oysters, C, black licorice, or D, beets. I will tell you that all of these options made the list, but taking the number one spot as the most disliked food in America, it would be A, anchovies. I gotta tell you, I pretty much dislike everything that's on the list of most hated. So I am in the majority here for not enjoying these some would say delicious foods, but anchovies taking the top spot, black licorice coming in second, oysters third, beets fourth. Other things that made the list, which were really surprising to me, delicious in my opinion, Brussels sprouts, awesome. Olives, awesome. Mushrooms, delicious. Coconut, who doesn't like coconut? Pickles, love them. Mayonnaise, love them. So yeah, some of the things that made the list were pretty odd for me, but anchovies took the top spot with 58% of women saying they dislike anchovies and 45% of men saying they do not like the food either. The top reasons Americans claim that a food could be polarizing to them include the smell, a strong flavor, a texture. I feel like anchovies hits all those: smell, strong flavor, texture, visual appearance. Yeah. And how it makes you feel after eating it. I couldn't tell you because anchovies are not my thing. But congrats. If A was your guess, you're now entered to win the $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. Here's the next chance to win. This is tomorrow's question. What state boasts the shortest one-way commute time to work? One-way commute time to work. Keyword there. The options are A, Rhode Island, B, Missouri, C, Vermont, or D, South Dakota. You can let us know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Enter your guess and you could win $20 to Scooters. Thank you so much, Scooters, for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather and our Brain Twister trivia question. Also, thank you to Rescue Towing for sponsoring our podcast. And thank you for listening. If you're enjoying Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, make sure you tell us, give us a rating anywhere you listen to your podcasts. I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. And we will chat again early tomorrow morning.